Good morning, students. Today's concept is thin linear wire antennas. And as per our syllabus, that is the second unit. But by compared to Andhra University, it is the third unit. Okay. So many antenna parameters are learned from the first unit. Here we have to derive the expression for those parameters of different lengths of antennas. Okay, different lengths of antennas. Here, before going to the thin linear wire antennas, we have to show the expressions for short electric dipole, okay, short electric dipole, okay, and its equivalent. Next, half wave dipole. Next, quarter wave monopole. Okay, different lengths of antennas are there. Already I told you what are the different lengths. The L less than lambda by 2 is the short dipole. Equal to L lambda by 2 is called half wave dipole. Okay, greater than lambda by 2, and okay, only the dipole when the length is less than lambda by 4. Okay, very short monopole. If it is equal to lambda by 4, that is called quarter wave monopole. Okay, here see here short electric dipole. Okay, short electric, okay, the name itself indicates this is a dipole having two polarities. Okay, and it is the linear antenna that may be considered by consisting large number of very short semiconductors connected in a series. And if we consider for the derivation of the parameters, okay, um, and it is best explained with an example. Okay, for suppose we have to calculate uh, how many electric poles, okay, just listen carefully, how many electric poles existing from Bhimavaram to Eluru. Okay, how many electric poles are existing from Bhimavaram to Eluru. Okay, one technique is directly you have to count number of electric poles from Bhimavaram to Eluru. That is the one technique. And second technique is just to have to count how many number of electric poles existed within the 1 kilometer. Okay, it is just assume that is a periodic. Okay, how many number of electric poles existed within 1 kilometer. Okay, let us assume 65 kilometers distance exists from Bhimavaram to Eluru. For suppose for each kilometer, and for 1 kilometer, if there exist um, 4 electric poles, just assume. Okay, then how many number of electric poles are existed from Bhimavaram to Eluru? Okay, the one way is direct you have to count 1 2 3 4 5. Okay, from Bhimavaram to Eluru direct count. Another technique is just to have to count how many number of electric poles exist within 1 kilometer. Okay, let us assume those electric poles are 4. Count 4. Okay, then how many what is the possibility of existing number of electric poles from Bhimavaram to Eluru? And for every kilometer there exist four poles. Then 65 kilometers, 65 into 4. Okay, remember one point here. Here I am considering only 1 kilometer. To calculate the entire 65 kilometers distance, I have to consider only 1 kilometer. And how many number of electric poles exist within 1 kilometer? Okay, that is called a differential length. Okay, if I want to find the entire 65 kilometers, what I have to do here? Just I am integrating entire 65 kilometers, directly 0 to 65 kilometers. When I'm integrating 0 to 65 kilometers, how many number of poles existed, and here I'm applying the integration, and the integration is nothing but summation. Here how many number of electric poles existed within the 1 kilometer, and for 1 kilometer, 1 kilometer, 1 kilometer, and each kilometer having 4 electric poles, so 4 plus 4 plus 4. Okay, and what I am doing here is the integration, and I am doing for only 1 kilometer, and the concept is applicable to same 65 kilometers. Okay, this type of phenomenon is used here. Okay, this type of phenomena is used here. Okay, why? Because here we consider a short electric dipole for suppose uh, electric dipole of length, electric dipole of length, uh, assume just 10 centimeters. Okay, and in practical those antennas are very tiny in size and depending upon the frequency. Okay, for our understanding, just to have consider length of that antenna is 10 centimeters. Okay, if we want to find out, if we want to find out the resistance of the antenna, okay, if you want to find out the resistance of the antenna, what we have to do, that entire 10 centimeters length of the antenna is splitted into 1 centimeter, 1 centimeter, 1 centimeter. That 1 centimeter length is called a differential length. Okay, next, if we calculate the, if we calculate the how much resistance existed within that 1 centimeter. Okay, how it is possible again for 1 centimeter. Okay, and at each and every point of that 1 centimeter have to measure that those values. Okay, and what are the distributed parameters here, or LGC. From those parameter we are able to calculate the characteristic impedance Z naught, propagation constant gamma. Okay, already I have derived the expression for R LGC. From those parameters, how much resistance existed here. Okay, calculated at that point and within that 1 centimeter, and let us say that 1 centimeter, that 1 centimeter dipole, that 1 centimeter dipole offers a resistance of 1 ohm. Let us assume 1 ohm. Then 10 centimeters dipole, that 10 centimeters dipole offers how much resistance? That is a 10 centimeters, and each centimeter offers 1 ohm resistance. That is the entire resistance is 10 ohms. What we have to do here, just I am integrating the entire length from, okay, 0 to 10 centimeters dl. Okay, 1 dl, 1 centimeter తీసుకున్నాను కాబట్టి 1 dl ఎంత నుంచి ఎంత వరకు తీసుకున్నాను, 0 to 10 centimeters తీసుకున్నాను. Each centimeter offers 1 ohm resistance, so 0 to 10 centimeter offers 10 ohms resistance. That is the purpose of integration here. That is the same concept applied everywhere. Okay, మీరు ఏ సబ్జెక్ట్ చూసినా సరే అప్లై చేసేది అదే కాన్సెప్ట్. Okay, that's why if the length is finite, that is called finite length. If the length is infinite, what we do, if it is the length is finite, 0 to finite value, some number is there. Okay, some length L or L equal to lambda by 2, that is constant. L value is also constant. Okay, length L equal to 10 centimeters here. For suppose the length of the antenna is infinite, then we consider 0 to infinite, integral 0 to infinite. That is the purpose of the integration here. Okay, that's why if we want to calculate the parameters of any antenna, okay, we must start at its differential length. First you have to calculate the what we have to know. Okay, what you want to know is measured with its differential length. Next, integrate over this entire length. Okay, just like the number of current poles existed from Bhimavaram to Yeluru. Okay, that is the concept applied everywhere. Okay, if we know that concept, it is very easy. Here see the short electric dipole. Already you know this is the electric dipole used for radiation. Okay, uh, just 1 second. See here, just wait. yes. See here, antenna field zones. And what are the different fields existed near or far around the antenna is the antenna field zones. Okay, already you know what is meant by zone here, field zone, and how much the electromagnetic radiation, how much electromagnetic radiation existed from that antenna surrounding area of the surrounding area of that antenna is called a zone. Okay, already you know, if I didn't get any signal, okay, if I didn't get any signal, okay, actually this is the geosim. If I didn't get any signal from the geo tower, okay, is it possible to communicate with you in this way? It is impossible. Okay, if I didn't get the signal, okay, and I am under shadow zone, okay, if I didn't get any mobile signal here, I am under shadow zone. Shadow zone is the region where there is no signals occur. Okay, and if we go to deep forest, okay, there is no feasibility or there is no possibility of existing the mobile signals there. That particular region is called shadow zones. Here antenna field zones means the zone until the area where electromagnetic radiation occurs. Okay, that antenna field zones are organized as a two, I mean three types here. I mean a near field, a far field, and the induction. Okay, see here, the space surrounding the antenna is divided into three regions. Okay, they are, the boundaries between the regions are not dynastic and the field of behavior changes gradually and these boundaries are crossed. Okay, leave that. Okay, leave it. Okay, see here, in this course we are okay, and only for to know what is what, we are mostly concerned the far field characteristics of antenna. Okay, what I am told you here in this mic, okay, that voice is reached, okay, but you are in very far distance. Okay, and is it comes under, is it far field or near field? Okay, that's why, okay, yeah, in antenna field zones we are always take care about far field characteristics of the antenna. Okay, అంటే యాక్చువల్గా ఇక్కడ ఒక యాంటెన్నా లొకేట్ చేస్తాను, ఎంత డిస్టెన్స్ రేడియేట్ చేయగలుగుతుంది. ఓకే, నాకు విత్ ఇన్ ది వన్, ఐ మీన్ 500 మీటర్స్, విత్ ఇన్ ది 500 మీటర్స్, ఓకే, విత్ ఇన్ ది 1 కిలోమీటర్స్ యూజ్ చేస్తున్నాను అనుకోండి, ఈజ్ ఇట్ సూటబుల్ ఫర్ లాంగ్ రేంజ్ కమ్యూనికేషన్? నాట్ సూటబుల్. ఓకే, అంటే విత్ ఇన్, ఓకే, అంటే వన్ స్పెసిఫిక్ డెఫినేషన్స్ ఆర్ దేర్. Okay, according to the range, one specific definitions are there. Okay, I will tell you everything from that derivation part. Okay, I'm not directly mention those parts. Okay, see here, this is the piece of conducting wire and this is called a feed point. Okay, remember this is called a feed point, this is called AC source, this is the one high frequency source. That high frequency source is connected to this dipoles. Okay, and according to the Faraday's laws of electromagnetic induction, when these electric dipoles are excited with some high frequency AC, then current passing through that dipole. Okay, because of that current passing, there exists some magnetic field. The induced magnetic field is always perpendicular to current flow. Okay, or electric field E. That's why that E and B, E and B, or E and H. B is nothing but a mu H. Already you know, B equal to mu H. Okay, these two are always perpendicular to each other. Okay, here B is nothing but mu H. Okay, that's why we always talk about E and H components, E and H components. Okay, that's the radiation from the dipole. Already we see, okay, already we see in video, yesterday's video. Okay, these are the fields, near field, Near field means very near. Okay, best example is our induction stove. Induction stove. Okay, చూసే ఉంటారు కదా ఇండక్షన్ స్టవ్. ఇండక్షన్ స్టవ్ అంటే ఎంతవరకు వస్తుంది దాని హీట్ రేడియేషన్ ఎంతవరకు వస్తుంది? Is it spreads around meters to meters, meters to kilometers? No. Okay, and within that few 0.5 centimeters radius only, it produces very high heat. Okay, that's why that is called induction. That is the principle of induction stove also. Okay, and microwave ovens also comes under that very near field regions. Okay, next, radiating near field Fresnel region. Okay, అంటే ఎలా ఉంటుంది? ఇండక్షన్ స్టవ్ కంటే కాస్త రేడియేషన్ ఎక్కువ ఉంటుంది, యాంటీనా కంటే కాస్త రేడియేషన్ తక్కువ ఉంటుంది. అంటే దట్ ఈస్ నాట్ టూ ఫార్ ఆర్ టూ లో. ఓకే, దట్స్ వై దట్ ఈస్ కాల్డ్ ఇంటర్మీడియట్. ఓకే, సో మన మన ఐడి కార్డ్స్ ఉన్నాయి కదా, ఐడి కార్డ్స్. ఓకే, ఐఆర్ బేస్డ్ ఐడి కార్డ్స్, దట్ ఈస్ కమ్స్ అండర్ నియర్ ఫీల్డ్ రీజియన్. ఓకే, అంటే యాక్చువల్గా మన ఆఫీస్లో ఎంటర్ అవుతున్నప్పుడే మన ట్యాగ్ గ్రౌండ్ ఆ బార్ కోడ్ ని అది రీడ్ చేసుకుని ఆటోమేటిక్ గేట్ ఓపెన్ చేస్తూ ఉంటుంది. ఓకే, దట్ ఈస్ కాల్డ్ Fresnel near field region. Okay, and next one is the far field region. And these are the three different regions existed around the antenna. Okay, here the angular field distribution does not depend upon the distance from the source or anymore. The far field pattern is already well established. Okay, and it existed several kilometers. Okay, here see here, the radius or radial distance from the antenna is very high or is much greater than d. Okay, so what we learned from this concept, okay, what are the different field regions existed around the antenna is near field, reactive near field or very near real field. Okay, reactive is nothing but very near. Okay, just example is the induction stove. Radiating near field or Fresnel region. Remember that Fresnel region. Okay, is the near field. Just example is our ID codes. Next, far field or Fraunhofer. Okay, these two are the scientist names. Okay, there is no separate definitions here. That is called scientist names. Okay, Fresnel and Fraunhofer. Okay, near field and far field, but in our communication we always deals with far field regions only. Okay, okay, in the derivation we observe the terms 1 by r, 1 by r square and 1 by r cube, where r is the distance. Okay, which expression gives the less distance, 1 by r or 1 by r square or 1 by r cube? Okay, let us say r equal to 2 kilometers, 1 by 2 kilometers. Okay, 1 by 2 square kilometers, 1 by 2 cube, and 1 by 2 cube means 1 by 8, 1 by 4, 1 by 2. 1 by 2 means just 0.5 and 0.5. 1 by 1 by 4 is 0.25. Okay, and the distance is very near, and 1 by r cube and 1 by 8 and 0.125, it is very near to the antenna. Okay, and that 1 by r term is called far field distance. Okay, just to have to observe those points, okay, in the expression. Okay, now this is the short dipole. This is the short dipole. Okay, and this is for the practical implementation of short dipole here. Okay, see here, this is the piece of transmission line. Already you know what is meant by transmission line. Transmission line is the physical medium which is used to guide the radio waves. This is the transmission line. Okay, and this is the source point. Okay, this is the source point. Okay, yes, and this is the end point, where the end point is folded like this, folded 90 degrees. Okay, the endpoints are folded 90 degrees and terminated with a metal plates, terminated with metal plates. And here the metal plate itself acts as a one passive load here. Okay, these metal plates are acts as a passive load here. This end to end, this end to end, okay, this end to end distance is treated as a length of that dipole. Okay, here short electric dipole, in the sense the end to end distance is always uh, very much less than lambda by 2. Okay, here end to end is considered as a distance L. Okay, this is the current I, this is the current I passing through the short dipole. Here small d, here small d is the diameter of that piece of wire, that is also plays a key role. Okay, small d is the diameter of that piece of wire or dipole. Okay, here is also same. Okay, that's why here mentioned this is the piece of transmission line. That piece of transmission line is folded 90 degrees. Okay, and terminated with, okay, terminated with two metal plates. They are acts as a passive load. Okay, and what we have to observe here, this transmission line, this transmission line is a piece of conducting wire, contains, okay, number of charge particles. Okay, and which charge? That is the piece of conducting wire, that's why it contains electrons, electrons having a negative charge. Okay, and because of the excitation from this source, okay, some current I is passing through, okay, this dipole and this dipole, and this is the entire single dipole. Okay, but when we connect the one source here, okay, positive and negative, positive and negative. Okay, when this positive, during this positive half cycle, okay, the electrons available in this piece of wire, okay, attracts, during this negative half cycle retards. Okay, this is the equivalent, that is the equivalent circuit of, okay, this setup. Okay, okay, how it is represented, the length of the transmission line or length of this dipole is L, the length of the dipole is L. Okay, during the negative half cycle and positive half cycle, two opposite charges are existed. Okay, but two, okay, the distance between two opposite charges, okay, the distance between two opposite charges, the distance between the two opposite charges, how they are existed. Okay, positive and negative. Okay, during this negative half cycle, okay, positive is attracted, during this positive half cycle that negative is attracted. Okay, the distance between, the distance between that positive and negative charges, the distance between that positive and negative charges is represented like this. Okay, minus q during the positive half cycle plus q during the negative half cycle. Okay, current is accelerated and decelerated. Okay, is it possible to assume here everything is visible? Okay, just assume that the piece of wire, that piece of wire having much number of electrons, that electrons having negative charge. When we apply one high frequency AC source, that high frequency AC source having, okay, positive and negative half cycles, but that positive and negative half cycles having very high frequency. Okay, very high frequency. Because of high frequency, during the negative half cycle positive is attracted, during the negative half cycle positive half cycle negative is attracted. Okay, for same polarities they are repel. Okay, negative repels negative and positive attracts negative. Okay, already you know, okay, those points. Okay, that's why the equivalent circuit is represented like this. Okay, and if you are best aware of what I told you now, okay, and then it is very easy and it is very comfortable to assume Okay, whatever are told here. Okay, so actually what they explain here, any linear antenna, already I told you what is the difference between linear and non-linear. Linear is always varies proportional, non-linear means, okay, inappropriate variations. Okay. Any linear antenna may be considered as consisting large number of very short conductors. Already I told you the example of number of current poles existed from Bhimavaram to Yeluru. Like this, that entire length of the antenna is uh, split into a different small pieces of elements. Okay, just to have to calculate the parameters of that small piece of the element. Okay, later just to have to integrate, okay, that the number of piece of elements connected in a cascade. Okay, just like our multi-stage amplifier. అంతే కదా, multi-stage amplifier ఏం చేస్తారు, first you have to calculate this gain of the single stage. Okay, next multiply the gains of remaining stages. Okay, problems ఇచ్చినప్పుడు మీరు అలాగే సాల్వ్ చేస్తూ ఉంటారు. Here a short linear conductor is often called a short dipole. A short linear conductor is often called a, అంతే కదా, a short linear conductor is often called a short dipole. A short dipole, and short dipole అంటే you have to mention with a distance or length. It is very convenient. The short dipole having the distance of length is much less than lambda by 2. Why? Because if it is lambda by 2, then it is considered as a half a dipole. That's why you have to consider much less than lambda by 2, then it is called a short dipole. Okay, the short dipole is always a finite length. Okay, already I told you finite length and infinite length difference. Okay, so a short dipole is always a finite length, even though it may be very short. Okay, it may be very short, and that very short is defined as much less than lambda by 2. If the dipole is vanishingly short, it is a infinite single dipole. Okay, okay, it is a very interesting point here. If a dipole is vanishingly very short, okay, vanishingly short, okay, అంటే ఏం చేస్తున్నాను నేను, vanishingly short ante, already I told you the example of this current poles, that entire 65 kilometers is split into 1 kilometer 1 kilometer 1 kilometer 1 kilometer, again that 1 kilometer into 100 meters 100 meters 100 meters, again that 100 meters into 10 meters 10 meters 10 meters, again that 10 meters into 1 meter 1 meter 1 meter 1 meter, again that 1 meter into that again that 1 meter into చేయొచ్చు లేదా దట్ 1 మీటర్. ఓకే, అంటే 1 మీటర్ కంటే ఇంకా చేస్తాను నేను. ఆ 1 మీటర్ని మిల్లీమీటర్స్ కింద, ఆ మిల్లీమీటర్స్ని సెంటీమీటర్స్ కింద, సెంటీమీటర్స్ని మిల్లీమీటర్స్ కింద, మిల్లీమీటర్స్ని మైక్రోమీటర్స్ కింద, మైక్రోమీటర్స్ నుంచి నానోమీటర్స్ కింద, నానోమీటర్స్ నుంచి పీకోమీటర్స్. ఓకే, నేను అలా చేసుకుంటూ వెళ్ళిపోతున్నాను. ఓకే, ఎందుకంటే షార్ట్ అంటే వెరీ షార్ట్. ఎంత షార్ట్, ఎంతైనా చేసుకుంటూ వెళ్ళొచ్చు. దట్ ఈస్ అన్నోన్. దట్స్ వై ఇఫ్ ఎ డైపోల్ ఈస్ vanishingly short in the sense, L is lambda by 2, L less than lambda by 2. Okay, to calculate the parameters of those antennas, okay, we have to organize those antennas as the differential elements. If the length of the differential element finite, but how much that finite, how much it is finite. Okay, ఎంతవరకు తీసుకోవచ్చు మనం. ఓకే, సో నేను ఏం చేస్తున్నాను ఇప్పుడు, ఏదన్నా డిస్టెన్స్ని అలా కిలోమీటర్స్ నుంచి, ఓకే, 65 కిలోమీటర్స్ నుంచి 1 కిలోమీటర్ కింద కన్వర్ట్ చేసి 1 కిలోమీటర్ని నేను ఇంటిగ్రేట్ చేసుకుంటూ వెళ్తాను. 1 కిలోమీటర్ని నేను 100 మీటర్స్ చొప్పున 10 పార్ట్స్ కింద డివైడ్ చేసి ఇంటిగ్రేట్ చేయకూడదా? ఎస్, ఇట్ ఈస్ పాసిబుల్. అగైన్ దట్ 100 meters into meters, again that meters into centimeters. ఓకే, అంటే ఇప్పుడు ఎలాగొస్తుంది ఆ 1 కిలోమీటర్ నేను డిస్టెన్స్కి ఎలా క్యాలిక్యులేట్ చేయాలి అంటే, నేను 10 మీటర్స్ తీసుకున్నాను, ఆ 10 మీటర్స్లో మళ్ళీ 1 మీటర్ తీసుకున్నాను, 1 మీటర్స్లో మైక్రోమీటర్, పీకోమీటర్ వరకు వెళ్ళిపోయా. ఆ పీకోమీటర్ నుంచి క్యాలిక్యులేట్ చేసుకుంటూ వస్తానంటున్నాను. మరి పీకోమీటర్ని కూడా ఇంకా చేయొచ్చు కదా, ఫెమ్టోమీటర్ నుంచి ఇంకా చేయొచ్చు కదా, ఎక్సోమీటర్. ఓకే, అంటే అలా ఎంతవరకు వెళ్ళొచ్చు, ఇన్ఫైనైట్ సైజ్ వరకు చేసుకుంటూ వెళ్ళొచ్చు. అంటే దట్ మచ్ ఆఫ్ షార్ట్, అంటే మాలిక్యూల్ సైజ్ వరకు వెళ్ళిపోతాను నేను. ఓకే, that is the point here. If the dipole is vanishingly short, that is called infinite single dipole. Okay, that is the point here. Okay, observe the two diagrams here. First of all, listen the basic concept. Okay, later we have to derive the expressions. They are very convenient. See here, consider a short dipole. Okay, this is the short dipole. See here, this is the short dipole. That short dipole is existed in the free space. Okay, how to represent a point in a free space? How it is possible? Okay, already I told you. Okay, one dimension, two dimensional, three dimensional, and four dimensional, multi-dimensional concept in the earlier class. Okay, whatever I told you in the first 3 or 4 classes, that entire concept is applicable to the this entire subject. Okay, నేను చెప్పిన ప్రతి కాన్సెప్ట్ రిపీట్ అవుతూనే ఉంటుంది. Okay, this is the point, okay, which is existed in the free space. How to represent the point in a free space as, okay, with the point location with Cartesian coordinate system, okay, and field representation with spherical coordinate system. This is called spherical coordinate system. This is called Cartesian coordinate system. Mix chesi use chestunnaను నేను. Okay, how much length it contains? Length L. Okay, length of this dipole is L. Okay, that length of L. Okay, consider a shorter dipole which is located at the origin of this Cartesian coordinate system. Okay, next what you have to do? Okay, just you have to define that current passing through the current passing through the dipole. Current passing through the dipole, but how the current passing through this dipole? Okay, that dipole is a piece of conducting wire. It contains number of electrons. Okay, that piece of wire is excited with a source. Okay, there exists change in charge with respect to time, acceleration and retardation, and movement of electrons are existed. Okay, under different times, at different times. Okay, which is having a change in difference as a dq. Okay, that change in charge, rate of change of charge is current, already you know. Okay, from that how much current I passing through this dipole is defined. Okay, see here, dq by dt equal to I. Okay, here I need not to mention or need not to clearly define these components. Okay, already you know all those components here. Okay, but for assumption, okay, యాంటీనాస్ అంటే యాక్చువల్గా మనం అంతా గాల్లోనే చూపించవచ్చు, బట్ మనం చూపించేదంతా మనం విజిబుల్గా, ఐ మీన్ జస్ట్ అజ్యూమ్ చేసుకోవడం పర్మనెంట్గా ఉండాలి. దెన్ ఓన్లీ విల్ లెర్న్ సంథింగ్. ఓకే, దట్స్ వై ఇవన్నీ బేసిక్ ఫండమెంటల్స్ అయినా మళ్ళీ రిపీటెడ్గా చెప్తున్నాను. dq by dt, rate of change of charge is nothing but a current I. dq by dt equal to I. Remember here dq equal to I into dt. Okay, that is the expression is rarely especially in electromagnetic field theory and antennas. Okay, we frequently use that relation, dq equal to I into dt, q equal to it. Okay, everything is from Ohm's law. Okay, మనం అంతా Ohm's law ని యూజ్ చేసుకుంటూ ఉంటాం. Of course this is not Ohm's law, but the rate of change of charge is the dq by dt. Okay, here see here, consider short dipole as shown in figure. The length of the dipole is L, which is very short, which is very much less than lambda annadu, but considered as lambda by 2 short dipole. Okay, the current I is passing through the entire length. Here one assumption is that current passing through the dipole is uniform. Na assumption ante current I అనేది ఆ కండక్టర్ లో యూనిఫామ్ గా పాస్ అవుతుందని చెప్పి అజ్యూమ్ చేసుకుంటున్నాను. ఓకే, దట్ మే ఆర్ మే నాట్ బి యూనిఫామ్, బట్ అవర్ కన్వీనియన్స్ అంటే ఫర్ అవర్ క్యాలిక్యులేషన్స్ పర్పస్ we have to consider that current passing through the dipole is uniform. Okay, and consider the diameter of that wire. The diameter of that wire is very very low. Okay, the diameter of that wire is very very low. Otherwise ఎలా ఉంటుంది చూడడానికి? Okay, that looks like a, instead of a piece of wire, that looks like a piece of plate. That is the problem here. That's why, okay, that's why అంటే ఎలా ఉంటుంది, లెంగ్త్ విడ్త్ ఒకలాగే ఉంది, లెంగ్త్ డయామీటర్ ఒకలాగే ఉంది అంటే మీనింగ్ ఏంటి? Okay, just it looks like a one plate. Okay, that is the problem. That's why here the diameter of that dipole is very very small compared to its length. Okay, similarly already you see here the equivalent circuit of a short dipole. It consists of a thin conductor of length L with uniform current distribution I and point charges at the ends plus Q and minus Q here. Okay, plus Q and minus Q here. Okay, and here assumption is, okay, this is purely assumption. Here assumption is consider a dipole of length L placed at coincident with Z axis. Okay, and here the dipole is located in the direction of Z. Okay, and why won't you locate the dipole like this? ఎలాగైనా లొకేట్ చేయకూడదు? ఎస్, ఓకే, ఎలాగైనా లొకేట్ చేయొచ్చు, నో ప్రాబ్లం. ఓకే, బట్ వీడు ఏం చేశాడు, టువర్డ్స్ జెడ్ డైరెక్షన్ లో ప్లేస్ చేశాడు. దిస్ ఈస్ కాల్డ్ మైనస్ జెడ్, దిస్ ఈస్ కాల్డ్ మైనస్ జెడ్ డైరెక్షన్, దిస్ ఈస్ కాల్డ్ ప్లస్ జెడ్ డైరెక్షన్. Okay, similarly this is the plus y, that's why this is called minus y. Okay, similarly this is called minus x direction. Okay, okay, this assumption is take some time, but the same concept is applicable to, okay, all the dipoles, okay, and all the derivations also. Okay, so consider dipole of length L is placed coincident with the Z axis with its center at the origin. Okay, this is the center, this is the point 0 0 0, already you know 0 0 0. Okay, and I just have to consider this length, this is the minus L to L, and while considering this is 0 0 0 xyz components, point location is 0 0 0, then its length is considered as minus L to L, and 0 to L minus L to 0. Okay, and while integrating, okay, while integrating or while calculating the different parameters of that antenna, okay, we have to consider like this. Consider dipole length of L placed coincidence with the Z axis with its center at the origin, then electric and magnetic fields of the dipoles can be expressed in terms of vector and scalar potentials. Okay, and from that figure we have to define what are the vector and scalar potentials. Okay, and you have to define E and H fields again from the E field E or E theta E phi, similarly from H or H theta H phi. Okay, there is a point here, the relation of electric field E or E theta E phi is shown in figure something. Okay, next location. Okay, there is in the next figure. Okay, and in the above figure also they mentioned E or E theta E phi. Okay, R component, theta component, phi components from the spherical coordinate system. Okay. The relation of electric field E or E theta E phi shown in figure, it is assumed that the medium surrounding dipole is in air. And ఏం చెప్పాను నేను? Okay, just assume that dipole is existed in a free space. The free space in the sense air. Okay, in the presence of air. Okay, and in the present, when we consider in the presence of air, we have to take some considerations of free space impedance, okay, permittivity, permeability. Okay, such parameters have to be considered here. Okay, that is the assumption from the starting of the second unit. That is the assumption. Okay, from that second unit, first concept is we have to define the retardation. Okay, retardation. Okay. What is the necessity behind the retardation effect? when we consider a piece of wire, that piece of wire having number of electrons, the electrons having negative charge. When we connect one high frequency source to that piece of wire, high frequency source and radiating frequency AC source is connected here and excited with that AC source, because of the continuous acceleration and retardation. Okay, because of that, this is the piece of conducting wire which is having number of electrons. From this continuous acceleration and retardation of those electrons, okay, that energy is liberated as a electromagnetic wave like this. These are called liberated wave from that antenna. Okay, then what is the gap between these two components, two waves? Why the gap existed here? Moreover, this gap is always uniform. Okay, wave, and when we throw a stone in a constant water surface, okay, when we consider a pond with a constant water surface, when we throw in a stone, okay, how the waves formed at the surface towards edges. Okay, the same concept here. Okay, so we have to show the same concept in mathematical form. This is called, okay, this is called acceleration. Okay, and this is the wave like this. Okay, waves are existed like this. Okay, this is called a result of acceleration. This is the result of retardation. This is the result of acceleration. This is the result of retardation. Acceleration and retardation. Acceleration and retardation. Okay, just to have to show the expression for that acceleration and retardation here. That is called basically a retardation effect. And instead of wave flow continuously, there exists some lapse. Okay, because of this retardation effect. Okay, here in dealing with antennas, the propagation time is a matter of great importance. Thus, if a current is flowing through a short dipole, okay, let us assume, okay, whatever I told you here, if the current is flowing through a short dipole, the effect of the current is not felt instantaneously at a point P, but only after interval equal to the time required for the disturbance to propagate over the distance r. అంటే మీరు కరెంట్ ఎగ్జైట్ చేసిన వెంటనే వేవ్ బయటకు వచ్చేస్తుంది, రాదు కదా, ఇట్ టేక్స్ సమ్ టైమ్. ఓకే, but only an interval equal to the time required for the disturbance to propagate over a distance r. This is known as a radiation effect. Okay, remember this point. In dealing with antennas, the propagation time is a matter of great importance. You know that point, because if the current is flowing in the short dipole, the effect of the current is not felt instantaneously at a point P. Okay, from the above figure 3.3, but only after an interval equal to the time required for the disturbance to propagate over the distance r. అంటే current distance travel చేయడానికి, ఓకే, మనం ఎంత ఎంత హై స్పీడ్ తో యాక్సలరేట్ అండ్ డిసలరేట్ చేయాలి, దట్ ఈస్ కాల్డ్ ఏ రేడియేషన్ ఎఫెక్ట్. Okay, when the radiation effect is considered, instead of writing the current I, okay, and actually current I అని మెన్షన్ చేశాను, but that I doesn't contains any that field components, wave representation లేదు మనకి. Okay, the radiation effect is always considered with its phasor form. Okay, already you know what is meant by phasor form. Okay, phasor form in the sense I equal to, of course, current I, which is having magnitude of I naught with phase e power j omega t, but it is always considered time factor. Okay, I equal to I naught into e power j omega t. Okay, here retardation is always belongs to the time constant. Okay, time parameter. That's why we have to show that radiation effect in parameter t here. So okay, understand what I'm saying? The retardation effect, retardation is the continuous acceleration and retardation existed due to high frequency AC source. Okay, at one point it radiates that energy into electromagnetic wave. Okay, into electromagnetic wave. Here that electromagnetic wave retardation effect is shown only with respect to time only. That's why no need to represent the current passing through the dipole is not only with I, along with it Phaser form. That's why what is the Phaser form of that current I equal to I naught into e power j omega t. Okay, where I is the current passing through the dipole, where I naught is its relative magnitude, e power j omega t. E power is the Phaser form, j omega is the frequency. This is the magnitude, this is the frequency. Omega equal to 5f, t is the time varying. Okay, and at which time. Okay, that's why I equal to I naught into e power j omega t మైనస్ ఏమని చెప్పొచ్చు, టీ మైనస్ అది ఎంత డిస్టెన్స్ ట్రావెల్ చేస్తుంది, గ్యాప్ ఎంత వస్తుంది ఇక్కడ, ఈ గ్యాప్ అంటే ఈ డిస్టెన్స్ ఎంత. ఓకే, ఇప్పుడు యాంటీనా నుంచి యాంటీనా ఒక వేవ్ డెలివరీ అయింది కదా, ఈ డిస్టెన్స్ ఎంత. ఓకే, సో హియర్ we need the relation between velocity and time. Okay, what is the relation between velocity, time and distance? Velocity equal to distance by time. Okay, velocity equal to distance by time. Okay, from this t equal to distance by velocity. See here, I equal to I naught into e power j omega t minus, this is also time. Okay, or this is the r and how much distance it traveled. Okay, and with how much speed it propagates. Okay, this is called v. Okay, what is the wave velocity in free space? Wave velocity in free space is nothing but light velocity, 3 into 10 power 8 10%. Okay, okay, that's why I naught into e power j. Okay, frequency is not changing because that is the linear. If we consider non-linear wire, there exists some additional frequency components. Okay, t minus distance by velocity. Okay, what is the distance here? Here distance is always represented with a small r, ఎందుకంటే in the antenna point of view, this is the isotropic antenna for suppose. Okay, the antenna point of view, in the antenna point of view, this is the radiation pattern of isotropic antenna, and it radiates equally in all directions. For suppose this is the antenna here, this is the antenna here, and the distance is considered as a r. This distance is considered as a r. That's why here distance d is always represented with r. Okay, what is the velocity in free space? Free space lo manaki velocity ante em cheptam, light velocity enta 3 into 10 power 8. This is the point here, I equal to I naught into e power j omega t minus, అంటే ఎంత రేట్ యాడ్ అవుతుంది అంటున్నాడు, t minus t naught, that t naught is nothing but d by v, nothing but r by c. Okay, that is the retardation here. Understand? I think it is very clear. Okay, this is the further calculation. Okay, from this point we need high concentration from this point onwards. Okay, so I hope I understand, you understand what I told you so far, and remember those points. Okay, I will continue in the next class, and from next class onwards, that is the continuous derivation. Okay, so thank you everybody. It is already 10:54 and most of the members left out. Okay. So it's enough today.